everybody out, because there will be lots and lots of room. It looks like we have a lot of water out here, and I don't think that that is beneficial to the city. So I would like very much to put forth to the city to please consider putting on change to the zoning ordinance of those different uses that, I'm sorry, the uses categories that we have that are current in our zoning ordinance, to think about banning data centers before it's too late. And that's all I have. I obviously I'm not asking for a vote at this time. I would just like, as a party shot, to please have, otherwise you gotta listen to me, citizens to be heard for the next 2 years. I would like you to consider thinking about where we want to be economically, but also ecologically for this city in the next couple of years. And I don't think data centers are the reason. So just putting that out there.
Michelle, can you keep that in the agenda?
If you haven't read, I always challenge you guys, everybody to read Wilson County front to back, Wilson County News, and it's in Stockdale, what the mayor's talking about. And to her point, this is prime territory. We have such a huge footprint in Bear County, and it's a lot of rural area. And what really scares me about the situation, I've had folks in Stockdale tell me they're in favor of it because they're putting money toward building schools. And that's for the wrong reasons. And we all know how far behind East Central is. And so I think, to the mayor's point, it's right around the corner, because they're going to try to throw money at East Central. They're going to try to do this, they're going to try to do that. Before you know it, it's going to be here sucking up all our water.
And
so it's a great point.
And we know that they've not been well received in the city of San Antonio. And what happens when people don't like things in San Antonio? They come out to us. They put it in Stockdale.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want them to put it in St. Helens. So there's that.
And also, that subject, Cynthia, can you try to find us some basic language of other cities, how they looked at keeping them out or letting
Trying to move to
What
that.
I will say is, happy to work with Bryce. This is kind of his wheelhouse.
Yeah, so, yeah. So, it would be a
Yeah, we need to take action on it.
Yeah.
It's a great point. Thank you for putting that on the agenda.
Announcements for the good. Number one, there is going to be a ribbon cutting ceremony at Valor Middle School on Friday, May 29th from 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. I know that the council members all will be invited, and that they let everybody know about that. Anybody else is interested in attending the ribbon cutting ceremony. And that, unless there's other announcements, Wanda's not here, so we got, the American Legion is this Sunday, the picnic is this Sunday, y'all please going out.
And Memorial Day.
And then the Memorial Day services are coming up. There was a really great turnout last year. Again, if you can, that would be wonderful. All right, next meeting is going to be June 4th, I believe. And if that works for everybody.
Ms. Murray will not be here.
Okay.
She's got a trip planned, but she says she is available on June 2nd or June 11th if you consider a change. She's the only one that I know
That's
of.
where you have to be.
And for that one.
Oh, yes, yes, we cannot change it because we've got a special use permit that will be considered, so
Okay.
there's no date change that can
So
happen.
that would mean commitment by you three because you can't vote.
That's the time we're going to appoint councilman.
It's the time you are going to appoint a council member, correct? All right, and it's not on the agenda, but that is happening. Obviously, we need to replace Mr. Haffner. All right, that leads us to the end, which is well worth you all staying for before we go into closed session. Well worth waiting for, and that is the swearing in of the new unopposed declared elected city officials. We're going to start here with Councilman Beck, and this is a pretty simple service. If you, sir, would please rise. Would you please raise your right hand? Would you please repeat after me? I state your name.
I, Russell Beck,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
faithfully execute
the duties of the office
the duties of office,
of City Council Place 2
City Council Place 2,
of the City of St. Hedwig, Texas,
City of St. Hedwig, Texas,
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will to the best of my ability
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws of the United States,
the Constitution and laws of the United States,
of this state,
of this state,
and I swear that I have not directly or indirectly
and I swear I have not directly or indirectly
paid, offered, or promised,
paid, offered,
or promised
or promised,
to pay, contribute, or promise to contribute,
paid,
contribute, or promise to contribute any money or thing of value,
any money or things of value,
or promise any public office
or promised any public office
or employment
or employment
for the giving or withholding
for the giving or withholding
of a vote
or a vote
at the election
at the election
at which I was elected,
at which I was elected,
or as a reward
or as a reward
to secure my appointment
to secure my appointment
or confirmation,
or confirmation,
whichever the case may be,
whichever the case may be.
so help me God.
I hope we got.
Thank you, sir, and thank you again. Good to have you back on. Mr. Hackman,
No, Loretta's not here.
Oh, Loretta,
sir, it gives me great pleasure to ask you to raise your right hand. Sir, say your name.
I, John Howard,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of Mayor of the City of St. Hedwig,
of Mayor of the City of St. Hedwig,
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
will preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States
of the United States
and of this state.
and of this state,
And I swear
and I swear
that I have not directly or indirectly
that I have not directly or indirectly
paid, offered, or promised
paid, offered, or promised
to pay, contribute, or promise to contribute
to pay, contribute, or promise to contribute
any money or thing of value,
any money or thing of value,
or promised any public office
or promise any public office
or employment
or employment
for the giving or withholding
of the giving or withholding
of a vote
of a vote
at the election
at the election
at which I was elected,
at which I was elected,
or as a reward
or as a reward
to secure my appointment or confirmation,
to secure my appointment or confirmation,
whichever the case may be,
whichever the case may be,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Thank you. Just 1 second, I know we're pretty much done here. We have to swear in the judge, we're almost there. And then swear in the mayor pro tem, which will be done by Mayor Hafner. So, next is swearing in of the municipal court.
Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Denise Trent,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the duties of the office
the duties of the office of
municipal court judge
municipal court judge
of the City of St.
of
Hedwig,
the City of St. Hedwig,
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States and of this state.
of the United States and of this state.
And I swear
And I swear
that I have not directly or indirectly
that I have not directly or indirectly
paid, offered, or promised to pay,
paid, offered, or promised to pay,
contributed, or promised to contribute
contributed, or promised to contribute
any money or thing of value,
any money or thing of value,
or promised any public office
or promised any public office
or employment
or employment
for the giving or withholding
for the giving or withholding
of a vote at the election
of a vote at the election
at which I was elected,
at which I was elected,
or as a reward
or as a reward
to secure my appointment
to secure my appointment
or confirmation,
or confirmation,
whichever the case may be,
whichever the case may be,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations,
Thank you. I'm trying to figure out whether to call her mayor or judge. This is all so much simpler. All right.
Call him Mayor, Judge. All right. Hey, raise your right shoulder. I guess official now. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Kate Frankovia,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of Mayor Pro Tem
of Mayor Pro Tem
of the city of St. Hedwig,
of the city of St. Louis,
Texas,
Texas,
and will to the best of my ability
and will to the best of my ability
preserve, protect,
preserve, protect,
and defend the Constitution
and defend the Constitution
and laws of the United States
and the laws of the United States
and of this state.
and of the state.
And I swear
And I swear
that I have not directly
that I have not directly
or indirectly
or indirectly
paid, offered, or promised to pay,
paid, offered, or promised to pay,
contributed, or promised to contribute
contributed, or promised to contribute
any money
any money
or thing of value,
or thing of value,
or promised any public office
or promised any public office,
or employment for the giving,
or the employment of the giving,
or the employment for the giving,
for the giving,
or withholding of a vote
of a vote
at the election
at the election
at which I was elected,
in which I was elected,
or as a reward
or as a reward
to secure my appointment
to secure my appointment
or confirmation,
or confirmation,
whichever the case may be.
whichever the case may be.
So help me God.
So,
Congratulations, Mayor Pro Tem.
All right. I would like to take one moment, before we kind of close everything out.
Don't cry.
Yeah, I have to take, I will ask you to give me 5 minutes. I won't make a long, short meeting tonight, guys.
Yeah, we got all night to talk about
We got
it.
lots of time. But I cannot leave without a few words. For those of you that don't know, I have been in this office for 12 years. I did not volunteer to come, but Cindy talked me into this. Yeah, you'll have a good time. Sure, you'll enjoy yourself, they said. Oh, funny. I have had a good time. I've had a very good time. I feel so fortunate. If you've ever talked to other mayors or other council members in other cities, there are some horror stories about being a mayor. One of the first stories I read was out of Schertz from 10 years ago, when there was an argument between the city manager and the mayor, and in a council session, the city manager said, "Look, Mayor, your job is to cut ribbons and give speeches. Now sit down and shut up." I went, well, this could not be true. And nothing has been farther from the truth. I was greeted here with open arms, with courtesy, with professionalism, and it has been nothing but that for 12 years. This has been a very pleasant experience for me, and I'm sure it will be for you as well. So I do have to do a couple of thank yous. I have to first of all thank the staff, who have been amazing. We had a part-time secretary, we had a part-time maintenance person, and a part-time mayor. And that was it 12 years ago. The people that have come on, that have stayed, Janice has been with me so long through so many things. When it was just her and me arguing over, hey, what do you think about this? To having the joy of having Ms. Pat come and really take over things. To everybody that is on this organization have been fantastic. I probably would stay as judge if it wasn't for that lady back there, Ms. Vick, who is just an amazing person in general, but is also an amazing court clerk. So I feel very lucky to have these folks around. When I came on as a judge, granted I had a law degree, doesn't mean a lot, But it was this lady back here who has guided me and helped me and has been a great support, for me, and I just can't say enough about the staff. So I thank them for everything that they've done. I have to thank Marshall Soto. A lot of times, you know, you get these situations where the councils and the mayors and stuff, and police don't see eye to eye. He has been an amazing individual. He's been a friend. And I think he is an outstanding police officer. And I think the world of him. I think you're really lucky you got him. I know I'm going to forget some people to thank. He's not here, but I have to thank my husband. Because he's not here. No. There are some people good at politics, and there are some that are not. My husband is not. But for 12 years, he was listening to me come home and bitch and complain and cry. Because we've had some times like that here. And he's been my support, and I thank him very, very much for that. And unfortunately, he's not well, but I thank him so much for everything that he's done. I thank the people of this town and the city who have been so welcoming. Even though I wasn't born and raised here, have been so welcoming. Yeah, you forgive me, I know. Everybody has been, well, most everybody has been kind and generous and open, and have been the people that represent this city, who are real and are what cities should be like. So I thank everybody that has been here. And last but not least, I have to thank this council. Life could have been so much more difficult had it not been for you all. You have been professional, you have been kind, you have been concerned about the city in the entire time you've been here. Mr. Padalecki, in particular, thank you. Not only for your service, which has been amazing, but for being a support and having my back over and over again. Okay. Lastly, but not least, it's not always been fun. There have been times when it's tough being in politics right now. It's not always kind anymore. We don't talk to each other well anymore. We are not always civil to each other anymore, and I think that's a shame, because I believe very strongly in civil discourse, that we should be able to argue and disagree and still go have a beer, and not dislike each other. I have seen, unfortunately, times within my tenure here of people being very cruel and unkind, and I know that happens, but I know it's hard coming into politics and being in a position to sit up here and have people judge you and make assumptions and to listen to things on social media about yourself and the kind of things that I've had to experience, and as everybody that's been in politics. It can be very difficult. So I do want to leave Mayor Hafner with one last message, something that has helped me for the past 12 years when I felt like, why am I here, what am I doing? Nobody appreciates this job, and you feel so criticized. One of my favorite expressions is from Teddy Roosevelt, who was one of my favorite presidents. And he had a quote about the man in the arena. And I give this to the council, but also to you, Mayor Hafner, and I'm sure you're familiar with this. Teddy Roosevelt once said, "It is not the critic who counts, not the one who points out how the strong man has stumbled, or how the doer of deeds might have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred with sweat and dust and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, and comes short again and again, who knows the great enthusiasms, the great devotions, and spends himself in a worthy cause, who, if he wins, knows the triumph of high achievement, and who, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with the cold and timid souls that know neither victory or defeat." So to the council, again, thank you so much. Please do not get discouraged when it's discouraging, because you are making a difference, and this makes a difference to people. And thank you, everybody, for. I think now we go into closed session.
A few words, or no?
You wanna do that now?
I bet there's some people who'd like to go home. If y'all want to say anything, let's go in. Is there a speech?
Just want to say a few words, Gigi.
That'll be quick.
But, it's funny that you brought up that. That's one of my favorite quotes from one of my favorite presidents that I have hanging in my wall of my house. So, it's like, so, and I almost added it to here, and I was thinking, because if you listen to that last quote, B is the epitome of that quote. She knocked it out of the park. She's done so much in the city. But I want to thank you for your years of service to this community. Public service is never easy. And your commitment to the city has helped guide St. Anthony through many important years of growth and change. Even though St. Anthony feels slow, you have taken the responsibility of this office with care, and your work has helped strengthen the foundation we will continue building on in the years ahead. From supporting your local families, just to help preserve the character and values that make St. Anthony special. Your efforts have left a lasting mark. As I prepare to take on the responsibility of serving as mayor, I do so with respect for your work you've done. And for me, since I announced that I was running for mayor, I have the bigger shoes to fill. And, you know, I'm a little nervous about that now. So, but standing on the shoulders of giants, I'm already giant. The work you have done, and appreciation for the example you have set. Well, a new administration brings in new ideas and new priorities. We are united by a common goal, serving the people. And I look to you as an example of that. Transitions like this are an important part of public service. They remind us that leadership is not about one person, but about the continuing work of building a secure future for the community together. And so, Mayor Graham, I thank you again for your service, your time, your commitment to St. Anthony, everything.
Thank you. Thank you very kindly.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for your years of service. It has been, since I started, a very young man, and now to this point where it's very Polish of me to think that change is hard, and there are some hard ways, and it's been that hard, and that's due to your years of just outstanding exemplary service. Navigated, like John said, some very important times that brought us to where we are today, and just want to say thank you very much for your years.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure being with you.
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
Dwayne and I, and Eddie, Mr. Eddie, Whiskey, and back, we're all on the council back in the 90s. And, Dwayne's still alive and staying here. But, we had different issues back then. We were trying to develop the city, and now with your leadership over the last several years, the city has developed into an active city with employees, with city managers, a police force and stuff. A lot of things are taking place. And I feel for all of us with social media, because I do not agree with it. And it puts a heart on people's feelings and what they're trying to do. So I appreciate everything you've done for the last several years you've been.
Thank you. This was fun. All right, Dwayne.
Here we go. It would not be me if I didn't talk a little bit of history. So I'm gonna let you go on some, and especially your history in the city. I guess, I know I'm the only man on the planet, the only person on the planet that can say he publicly held office and served the only 3 mayors St. Hedwig has ever had. And I got a pretty good perspective. I know Russell's right behind me there. And I got a pretty good perspective on each mayor. Each mayor had their own style, distinct style. Each of them had great accomplishments. Going way back to the 80s, when Mayor Straussick was our first mayor, people need to understand St. Hedwig was 100+ years old and never had a council, never had a mayor. And in the early 80s, when Bexar County did Bexar County things and decided to pull out of this region of Bexar County, they said, you gotta elect a mayor and a city council. And Mayor Straussick was our first mayor. He will always go down in history as the first. And he did great things because he had to, as Mr. Beck pointed out, he had to get us going and try to get us into the next century. And he did that. So he'll always go down as being our first mayor and a good leader. Then came along Mayor Dilla. I'll always remember Mayor Dilla as a visionary. Mayor, and I love to tell this story, Mayor Dilla pulled us out of that firehouse and into this beautiful building. And when I tell people in the 90s, as Mr. Beck pointed out, and Mr. Selensky remembers this, in the 90s, the city only owned one thing, and that was a 4-drawer filing cabinet. We didn't own the room that was around it. We didn't own the key that went to the doorknob that was going to the room that owned it. We owned a 4-drawer filing cabinet. That was it. We had one paid employee. She was part-time. She was our secretary, and that's all we had. And she moved us into this big, beautiful building, and then a couple of years later, she acquired some more real estate adjacent to this land, which we know as City Park West. So she did some great things. And then came along Mayor Grimm. And as each mayor took us to a new level, you took us to a new stratosphere. As we all agree, we had too many things going around the outside of the city, inside the city, and people driving through the city with 32 miles and 4 state highways. We had to get some infrastructure going, and you did that. And you did a great job of doing that. Starting with the pandemic, I'm going to just go over a few of the things that I'll remember you forever for. Starting with the pandemic, when nobody wanted to talk to each other, nobody wanted to hang around with each other, nobody wanted to work, nobody wanted to meet. You made us go through the Zoom meetings, and you pushed us through, because while everybody else, especially outside of Texas, wanted to quit doing everything, we had to keep going because we had a city to run, and you pushed us through. You let us through that time, and that will always be remembered. And the crazy thing about it, during that pandemic period, is as Marshall talked about a while ago, you recreated the Marshal's office. That was a big step. One thing I will never forget is the summer of 2020, when we had a Zoom meeting with our county commissioner, and he told us he could not give us deputy sheriffs, because he was undermanned. And so we had to make a decision to protect this city. And you headed that. And we got the Marshal's office. You may agree, you may disagree, folks out there, that we don't need them all. We absolutely do. Because as somebody alluded to, I think it was you, Mayor, Councilwoman Susan Baker used to sit in that chair right there on a monthly basis, give us monthly crime reports, and it was 3 or 4 or 5 items. Today we have 7 pages. You can pick through it, and you can destroy it, you can do whatever you want to. At the end of the day, we are a safer community because you led us into recreating the Marshal's office. You also grew the city staff, infrastructure that we desperately needed. We talked about how we just had a part-time employee and a secretary. In the 90s, that wasn't that long ago. We made the secretary full-time, we made the compliance officer full-time, started our city manager, which now we look at our city manager and we ask ourselves, how can we survive without a city manager leading? We had a part-time maintenance person. Now we have a full-time maintenance person and an additional maintenance person. These are all things that we take for granted, but you led that restructuring and making our infrastructure is what it is today. You also was a visionary like Mayor Dillon was. You headed the way to acquire additional real estate. Whether people agree with the annex building or not, makes no difference, because I'll invite or encourage anybody to go over to that building and see the manpower that's in that building, all the assets that the city owns that's in that building, and try to imagine that, all of that in that annex building and this building right here that we see. And so, we thank you for that. And last but certainly not least, we thank you for wearing the judge's hat. To your point a while ago, I don't know any city, much less in Texas and outside Texas, where a mayor wears both the mayor hat and the judge's hat. That saves us money. If we didn't do that, we'd have to go contract an outside judge and pay lots of money. So it was an incredible feat, you wearing both of those hats. I'll wrap this up by saying, unless you sit in that chair, the mayor's chair, or you sit in these city council chairs, or you shadow these city employees, you have no idea the amount of rocks that gets thrown in that position. It is so easy in 2026 to open your laptop, to open your iPhone, get on your keypad, and just be negative, and just throw rocks at the mayor, at the city, and everything else. We are very fortunate that we have a leader in Mayor Grimm that is strong-headed, that won't bend the knee to the 5% that's the loudest. She gets things done because she's a leader. And she's a great leader. She's very courageous. I know most of the things she's gone through. And it leads me to saying thank you to the city, to the citizens, because when Dee Grimm signed up to run for the mayor's office, they elected her. You people elected her. And guess what? Every 2 years after that, you kept her in office. There is no greater testament, in my mind, to job performance than being allowed to be the mayor of any city, large or small, for 12 years. And I want to thank the citizens for knowing that. It's what I love about St. Hedwig. It's what I love about St. Hedwig citizens. They know a lot of the nonsense that happens on social media is from outside the city. And the citizens know better. That's why they kept you in office for those 12 years. They know right from wrong. And thank goodness we have a person in you that's strong enough to withstand all of that. And you showed it through your performance. I'll end it by saying this. What this city needs is what every city in Texas and America needs. We need a strong, courageous mayor, and that's what we have in you. And what we need and what everybody needs is less keyboard warriors and more D. Grahams. We need more D. Grahams. And I want to thank you for your 12 years of service. You are the most incredible woman I know, one of the most, next to my wife. And you're
got that on tape.
As Councilman Frankowiak said, it's incredible how you lead. It will never be forgotten. I'm glad you're sticking around to be the judge. And from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate everything you've done for the city for the last 12 years.
Thank you so very, very much. And I hope to continue to serve the citizens and the city as a judge. I take that job very, very seriously. I don't care if it's a little tiny court. Most of the people that get experience with the court, it's the municipal courts. And we want to show them that that is a place where they can get justice served. So thank you very much. Thank you for all your kind words. I'm not going away entirely. I'm afraid you're going to see me up at that mic again as time comes, but not for a while, okay? I need a break. Thank you very, very much. I will now close.
Well, one second. Judge Grimm. On behalf of the city,
Very good. Thank you. You didn't think I was going to get stopped. honor of the City of St. Hedwig Mayor D. Grimm, 12 years of dedicated service, 2014, 2026. The City of St. Hedwig thanks you for your outstanding commitment and leadership in moving the city forward. You have made a significant impact on the future of St. Hedwig. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, thanks. I hope I don't see you at work no more.
Now,
Oh, no, hold on, Dr. Rick.
yes, sir.
You're wrong, Jim.
Oh. Nice. You know what?
that didn't take long.
Because you're going in closed session and I'm not. Thank you. You take on over, sir.
We have some signatures later.
I have signatures.
Okay, so we'll be going into closed session. You can all leave, stick around. Give us about a 5-minute recess before we go to closed session. So we can go.
Excuse me, Mayor Hafner, if you would, please announce that we are going into closed session under 551.
Oh.
071 consultation with attorney, which is the only one that we're allowed to go in. We
Yep.
don't have specific research.
Yep, City Council will be going to closed session, adjourning the closed session under Texas Government Code sections 551-.071. Consultation with the attorney. That's it. Yep. So, y'all want to leave or do you want to close session? We're out till we.